This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and welcome to another performance episode or performance review on Puma's best basketball shoe probably ever. 3 years in the making, and that's the Melo 1. If you're just joining the channel, please hit subscribe down below, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. But before we get into Melo 1, I just want to give a quick shout out to Puma. It is taking them I would say quick 3 years to really make a dent in the basketball scene, as well as give us a legit incredible basketball shoe. Now, they started with the Puma, Clyde All Pro. No, the Puma Clyde Court Disrupt. So if you guys check that out, it was funny because they released it, and I think they got sued by both Nike for their upper and Adidas for the midsole, because essentially they were using like a Flyknit and like a Boost. So they're like, hey, if we're gonna do it, let's just take the best of what's in the market and make our own shoe. All that said, they did develop their own foams eventually, and I love what they did as they evolved from that, because that shoe actually had a pretty good fit. The cushion was decent. I never had really good traction on it, but it had a lot of promise. And then they had another Clyde shoe, and not all of them have that, but this one, I forget the name of it, but it had their new foam called Pro Foam. This was literally their own kind of first generation cushion, and honestly, it's just EVA. Like, it wasn't that special. Honestly, it actually is not that comfortable. I don't know how a lot of players hooped in this unless they had their custom orthotics in here, but ridiculous traction, your typical herringbone setup, really nice materials between real leather and then a knit or kind of a mesh upper, so the fit was spot on, support was legit, durable, strong heel cup, good traction, just need a little bit better cushion. And then what really kicked things off was a little over a year ago, coming out with the Clyde All Pro. This shoe was heralded by many as kind of Kobe-like. This whole knit upper, their Matrix Evo, was unbelievable. I think I had a review on these guys, but traction was spot on, and it actually had their own cushion, which I don't know if you guys can kind of see it. It's a little bit like Boost. Now, this is a shoe that I really enjoyed playing like 32 on, doing drills on, but if I was running up and down the court, it didn't quite have enough cushion. There was court feel, but it was really good. I enjoyed them. I just needed a little bit more cushion, and that's where Puma really stepped up with their cushion game. The Puma Fusion Nitro uses their nitro cushioning, and this is when I knew, okay, they can have something here, and they can actually sign like a star player and give us a legit amazing shoe. The Fusion cushion on this, and you can kind of see it just in the middle here, kind of poking through, is really their own version where it's bouncy, it's soft, really nice cushion. I really enjoy this. This has a knit upper, but it doesn't really have much give. You can kind of see, hopefully, the overlays that go over the knit, kind of like the plastic. So this is one, and all these shoes I was able to do a 12, except this one I had to do a 13 since there's no tongue. It was hard to get into, and we're gonna jump into these Melos because the Melos are using a version of the nitro cushioning. Quick comparison between these two, really close, except this actually is gonna have a little bit more cushion, but this is going to have more support, and I think it's a better overall balance, and I think it's a better fit, and the materials are just executed better. So even though this does have a little bit more cushion, I think they just did a phenomenal job giving just banger of a signature shoe. So with that all said, let's jump in. Starting with the fit, really, I already kind of said it here, I was able to go with a true size 12. If you're a wide footer, you're going to be able to enjoy this. If you have a high instep, it doesn't matter. If you have a wide midfoot, wide toe box, this thing just works. It literally just molds to your foot. Love the materials on here. They have a few plastic overlays here in the forefoot, more for rigidity. In the back, they have a little bit more of this kind of double stitched reinforced area. So we'll talk about support in a second here, but otherwise, I've had guys who only like playing in low tops, and they were able to hoop in these comfortably because you don't feel restricted. If you like high tops, obviously this is more of a mid, so you still feel that protection. And just overall, the fit just makes you feel like you are locked in, pulled back into the heel cup, and you're locked and loaded, ready to go. They did a fantastic job with the fit on these, and I think that goes a long way in anyone being able to try it on in store, not have any break-in period, and just feel really good about these. Next is the support. So support is always going to be talked about three different things. One, does it have a flat base? And this does. You do feel very stable. Two, do you have a heel cup, and is the lacing system pulling you back into the heel cup so you feel locked into the shoe? Yes. And lateral containment. Now what's cool is I actually thought this was all going to be rigid because this would be like some super soft foam, but you can kind of see that's foam, that's plastic. That's foam, that's plastic, that's foam. They alternated just a bit where it's giving enough support so that cushion can kind of give and settle in so it does feel comfortable, but it's not letting it spill over, and that's only going to be on the lateral side. On the interior side, you can really feel this is all just foam, and you can kind of visually just tell right there. So lateral containment is actually probably one of the best attributes of the shoe compared to the rest of the Puma lineup, and I think that's where this really stands above, where this is its own shoe because the cushion is elite, the support is very good. I wouldn't say elite, but still fantastic. We all see Melo Ball playing. The moves he's able to do, the confidence he has. You can play in any shoe, but you want the shoe that you're playing in to actually augment what you're doing. You want to be confident. You want to be able to put it on and do whatever you want. And this shoe lets you do that. And it does all of it. And I know it didn't really touch about materials, just generally lightweight feeling. This is, again, very much takes from kind of a Kobe mantra where less is more. Let's make this lighter. Let's make you feel closer to the court. And this shoe does a lot really well. Then we have the cushion. This is part of Puma's nitro cushioning setup. Now, again, this is not quite as much cushion as we're getting in the Nitro Fusion. This is a shoe where, man, I don't know if you can see it, even the Strobel board, and maybe I'll get some B-roll footage here, is actually a soft Strobel board. The insole is nothing important. You can take that insole. I immediately did. It's really thin, but it's actually a really soft instep. When you first try these on, you're gonna notice you not float, but it's almost pillowy, where it's like, oh man, it's surprising. Now the difference is because it is so soft, it does give out. Meaning, as you're playing hard and you step down, you feel the court. So it gives that nice balance between being cushioned and soft, but you still have that court feel to feel quick. So when you step down, you can push off. So if you are a bigger guy, I'm about 240, I need a little bit more cushion. So I was actually using the React insoles from Nike. You guys check out the video I have on that, on different insoles you can use. And that made this almost perfect. We'll talk about it, but I think for the most part, every player between the factory cushion and then adding in any insole, which again a lot of NBA players do already, you're going to be able to find a really nice ride on this. Now it is not super bouncy, it is not super cushioned, it is still balanced, but balanced on the cushion side of the spectrum. This is not like the Curry where you don't really feel the cushion at all, but it does the job. Like your knees don't hurt, it is absorbing it, but it feels firm all the time. This actually feels soft, it feels nice, and then when you go and play, it still feels very quick. So I think they did find kind of a nice sweet spot. It reminded me a little bit of New Balance and their Fuel Cell cushion, but I was gonna say maybe a little bit better. It's close, and I really do love what they did with the Fuel Cell, but it obviously depends on the shoe. Sometimes Fuel Cell, they still make it really hard, and it's never quite consistent. This Puma hasn't really had too many nitro cushion shoes in their running line. All of them are fantastic. In basketball, they have these two, and if it has nitro cushion, you're good to go. You can trust it. Puma has a winning formula. Finally, the traction. This traction is an enigma to me. Everyone was saying how good the traction is, and it is. This thing bites. It works on any court. Even when I went into a dusty court, it would actually grab initially, but you gotta wipe. This thing picks up dust like crazy. Hopefully I have some video footage of it, but I was wiping all the time because it would get really slippery. Now, the one good thing about it is it was gradual. You felt it, and that's a fantastic quality. You don't want the shoe to just all of a sudden give out on you. I've actually fallen 2 or 3 times in the GT cuts when it's a dusty court, because the traction is amazing. Gets dusty, and all of a sudden you fall. 2 guys I've let the people use the GT cuts have fell in the shoe after I warned them, hey, make sure you wipe. This is going to give you a warning, so if you're a hooper, you're generally going to be wiping already. So this, give it a few wipes, and it's fantastic. This thing, I've been playing it in a while. You can see there's no actual real wear on it. Works on a lot of I would say outdoor courts, different kind of courts. You're going to be just fine. I was able to use this on kind of like a rubber mat, a carpet court, hardwood, and they worked really well. Just keep in mind you are wiping, and depending on the court I played on, I was wiping maybe more than usual. The only thing that I liked about it is I knew when I wiped, I was sticking like glue. So I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. This is not going to be Hall of Fame traction. This is not a traction that's going to blow your mind away, but it's really good. Remember to wipe, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. So how does it stack up? For $120, this is a really great shoe. I just got the Dame 8s, and that's something that, hey, this is really neck and neck. We've got to check those out. I just got the Kyrie 8s. Really got to look and see where those stack up. Now, the Curry 9s I do want to get, but it's the exact same shoe as the Curry 8. So I kind of have an idea because the tooling's the same, traction's the same, it's just a different upper. So I'll break it down. We can do a full review and comparison, but I can officially tell you Puma is up there. If I gave you any 4 of those shoes, any hooper is going to be able to still go out there and hoop. No one's going to say like, man, these are hurting my feet, or I can't fit in these. You're not going to put on the Dame 8s and feel like, man, these things are way too low to the court. They're way too high. It doesn't matter. You're not going to put on the Kyries, and same thing. These don't have enough support. They're all really good shoes, and I think Puma stacks up there really close with all of them. If I was going to grade them just off the top of my head right now, I would say the Curry is going to give you the most court feel and it's probably the lightest. This is the second lightest, and it's going to bump up that cushioning a little bit, but not nearly as much as those other 2. As far as support, I would probably say this still has the least support among those 4 as far as just having that locked in feel, but it has enough where you really don't need all that support unless you're dealing with injuries and you want to have that extra, lateral containment, or, if you've had ankle or knee injuries, then again, it comes into play. As far as just overall fit, it's close. I actually like the fit in a lot of them. I'm a wide footer, guys. You follow the channel. I like the fit on this just because there is no break-in. The Dame 8s were pretty close, but I think those fit better if you're a wide footer. So it's not going to be as good for everybody. The Kyrie 8s did take some break-in period, and I had to go up a size. And then the Curry 9s, I can't talk about the fit because I don't have them. I have the Curry 8, so that's something I do want to get, and I can report back to you. But I can tell you, the colorways on this look fire. The overall shoe is amazing. And if you just didn't want to stand in with the rest of the crowd, you wanted to try something new, Puma has a hit on their hands. Definitely give them a shot. If you enjoyed that video, please give it a thumbs up. Put your comments down below. Let me know what you want to see next as far as videos and comparisons. Guys, I apologize. I haven't done a video in a while. On a personal, if you have watched this whole video, thank you. I was released from my job just a few months ago, so it has been kind of chaotic. So I'm still hooping. I'm still on the court 3, 4, 5 days a week, and I want to be able to put this out for you and help all my hoopers out there all over the world. And just to let you know, I appreciate you guys who have reached out on Instagram, on Facebook, on obviously in the comments below. I really do want to say thank you guys, and hopefully I can give you information that helps you out. But with that all said, thank you guys. This is Levi of Sneaker Gears, and I'll come at you later.